All right, Shalom. First thing and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and others. Great millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Your brother Yahweh Call, your fellow doomsday prophet from GMS Orlando. And just through the spirit, just gonna speak on some hot topics, important topics concerning prophecy. All right. Getting right into it. First and foremost, with this whole rumors about the this, what do they call it? This oh man, slipping my mind. With this whole new border transaction for payments, if I'm saying that right, if I'm saying that correctly, which is supposed to be taking effect within the next few months. I believe they said in June, July. All right, which, this is all more the groundwork for the MOTB, the Revelation 13, 16, and 17. All right. As a matter of fact, here in Revelation, Revelation 13 and 16. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Going into this system, all right. What is the image of the beast? It is a system that is going to be set up, and we are already currently, it's been being set up, which is that's the point that I'm going to make. All right, it's just a matter of what's going to be that it factor that's going to be the full transfer over to this system, to this new system, right? It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16, and he called us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So the point being there, going into that causeth, which goes into the Greek word to set up or to make ready. All right. Like I said, this system has been they basically, the elites, they've been catering the people into accepting this system. Because if they just overnight, let's just say all of a sudden, one day everyone just wakes up and everyone has to take the C-hip, that wouldn't be very wise. And knowing how Esau is, let's say if there was a such thing as free will, and Yahweh B'Shem Shai did leave it up to Esau to do it his way, that's probably how he would go about it, But again, to show you how, because Esau, he's not so bright, he's not smart whatsoever. Even when it comes to his wickedness, he's not even an originator when it comes to wickedness. All right, because all the idolatry that we see today, it goes back to them Hamites, So Esau, he doesn't even come up with wickedness. He's recycled wickedness. All right. But the wise thing to do would be to, like I said, gradualism, conditioning. And that's what we've been seeing going on over the years, decades. All right. And that's what's being set up, going back to this whole this new system of transferring cross-border payments. All right. You know, now reading between the lines, because, you know, we're spiritual weathermen over here. You know, because that's one thing about this truth, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, because, you know, Jake is simple, you know. That's why it's a beautiful thing to be in this truth, the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shai. Because I know myself, here it is, we're in 2025, and niggas are still talking about, niggas are still having a GOAT conversation. Niggas are still talking about LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, right? That's what niggas are still talking about in 2025, you know? And just looking back, man, because that's where, I know, again, speaking for myself, that's where my ass would be, you know, just simple, just walking around here not knowing anything, all right? You know, still talking about the GOAT conversation in 2025, right? But with this truth, you know, you grow, you elevate, you know, because this truth that covers all topics, and brothers get into it, you know. I was never into, you know, economics or anything like that, you know. I was never into stuff like that, but in this truth, you learn, you grow, you elevate, you level up, you know, and you cover all topics, you know. You get into, you expound your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Again, that's why we are the spiritual weathermen. All right, because these guys, you know, they're still going into these economists, you know. Matter of fact, let me grab this, because that's another point I want to touch on with Trump, because they're suspecting a recession. All right, fears of a recession. Is that Ecclesiastes 12 in verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Good to see. That's America's future. All right, America has a dark future. You know, you know, it's going to be in a literal sense, a spiritual sense. All right, because here it is. And that's why you got to be able to read between the lines. All right. There's a lot of fishy things going on, you know. And of course, everything's being orchestrated by the elites, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai on the left hand. Because darkness is coming to America, all right. Because with this whole tariff wars, you know, trade wars, which tariff wars, trade wars, they can lead to, you know, world wars, you know, and Lord willing, where that's a direction that I'm not going to say us, but America's heading to, all right, all for the sake of prophecy, all right, you know, because a part of that, the wars and rumors of wars, you know, here it is, again, with this whole tariff wars, trade wars, Canada's talking about cutting off, you know, power supply to certain parts of the states, right? So like I said, you know, there's going to be literal darkness, you know, literal darkness, spiritual darkness, darkness that can be felt, like the scripture say. Because that's another thing. I'm grabbing that in second edges. And I'm kind of going to be all over the place. So Salakia. Second edges 15. Second edges 15. Second edges 15. I'm starting at verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that is a fact. All right. You know, the hopefully elect, we are crying out to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. You know, I always say the only tears that we're going to cry are tears of joy. All right. They say when this place finally collapses, when this bitch finally crashes. All right. Because that's another thing, you know, with the whole talks of, you know, recession. Right. You know, you got the stock markets crashing. Right. or going down rather. You know, you know, people are pretty much pulling out, you know. Which is scriptures, the scriptures talk about that as well, you know. Stock market's crashing, and I posted on my backup channel, you know, for those that don't know, every video that I do, I put the links to my backup channels in every video that I do. So I posted a couple of videos, maybe two or three videos on my backup channel, just going into what would happen if, you know, or rather when, because not a matter of if, but when, you know, the markets crash and things of that nature. You know, it's going to be all mayhem, total chaos. All right. Again, like I mentioned earlier, or read earlier, you know, America's future is not bright, because that's another thing that you know, again, they were asking Trump about. They're asking about that. Is there going to be a recession? You know, he kind of bounced around it a little bit. But he basically gave words of hope, words of optimism, because he's talking all this talk about, you know, basically making America great, right? Making America great, you know, we're going back to the golden ages of America, you know, the golden ages of Babylon. When the scriptures tell us Babylon, which has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand, you know, pretty much this place is through. All right. America was set up for its purpose, and hey, now it's time for America to be taken out the way. All right. So there is no going back, but he left that ounce of hope that, hey, you know, again, in the talks of a recession, a possible recession, he put it out there that, hey, you know, it's going to be uncomfortable for a while, but basically he was saying fret not, because this is the necessary steps that we have to take to build back better, and, you know, like I said, making America great again. All right, so-called, which America is not going to be great again. All right, America's never going back. Basically, he was saying, hey, you know, we have to take a few steps. We have to take 3 steps back to take 10 steps forward. That's basically what he was saying. So he admitted that, yeah, we you know, we have to go through a little squeeze. It has to get uncomfortable, but these are necessary steps to progress and you know, get back to where we need to be. So he left that ounce of hope. But hey, you know, again, being the prophets of doom. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, thus say the Lord, America's not getting better. All right. America's only going to get worse. All right. So get ready. All right. Reading on. Because like I said in verse 8, the Lord will no more touching the wickedness of this place, man. All right. The Lord's not holding back no more. And again, Lord willing, it's full steam ahead. All right. Lord willing, the Lord does not take his foot off the gas pedal. All right. Lord willing. It says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Because you see, America's past the point of return. There's been too much bloodshed here in America. America's past the point of return. And that's what's cool, because right now everyone's crying out for peace, right? Everyone's crying out for peace. Hell, and the Salaki again, I'm gonna be all over the place. But because here it is, you know, again, more wars and rumors of wars, you know, with Iran, you know, because Trump wants to do a peace deal with the so-called Iranians, and they basically rejected it, because with it is going to come it's going to come stipulations, it's going to come rules and regulations, and at this point everyone's tired of Esau. You know, no one trusts this man. All right, no one trusts this devil. So them so-called Iranians, they turned down the peace offer, the peace deal. Now, again, more wars and rumors of wars, because with that being said, Iran is doing drills, military drills with Russia and China. All right, you know, it's being again, just more wars and rumors of wars, because it's being said that the them so-called Russians, those Russian Edomites, are basically going to try to, because we know, or we should know by now, America stopped applying aid to Ukraine. You know, they basically cut Ukraine off. All right. So it's being said, it's being in talks that Russia might try to test Article 5, since America pretty much cut aid from America. I'm sorry, since America cut aid from Russia. I'm sorry, Slovakia. Please forgive me. You know, I'm just getting off of work. You know, but you know, you just got to strike on certain of these topics while the iron is hot. So please forgive me. Which goes to show you, man, this kingdom is not natural. There shouldn't be no such thing as a night shift. You know, this is no continuing city, and that's why we want to get the hell up out of here. Like I said, hey, we're crying out day and night, man. There should be no such thing as a night shift, overnight, working overnight, man. So I'm a little discombobulated, so forgive me. But since America cut aid from Ukraine, Russia might possibly do something to basically see how far they're willing to go, or see how far they can go, in attacking Ukraine. Because America is telling Ukraine to just, basically give in, and Ukraine is not backing down. But with that being said, and I did a video on this the other day, last week, NATO and the EU, which more and more they're separating from America now. All right. NATO and the EU basically is going to back Ukraine, sending them aid and things of that nature. So it's all, it's all prophetic, everything is, like I said, that's why we got to be able to read between the lines. All right, because shit is going down, shit is going down. Here it is running the Passover, man. Passover is what? Today's Tuesday. Just a few days away, a couple of days away, and again, going back to this whole what I was mentioning in the beginning, this new payment system for cross-border payments, making cross-border payments, supposed to be taking effect in a few months, and anything can happen between now and then. Anything can happen between now and then, because like I said, it's just a matter of that it factor. All right, as some would say, a black swan event, some type of a crisis. All right, it should go to show you how close we are, because at this point, the only thing that we're really waiting on, the major thing, because you got major prophecies, you got minor prophecies. All right, the major prophecy at this point, because World War III, that's cooking. The major prophecy, man, is that MOTB. That MOTB. And it's immediately when Trump got in office, he was talking about basically more and more doing away with the physical dollar, the coins. All right, again, it's all steps leading up to. That's why I read that Revelation 13. All right, and he calls it all. Again, that Greek word goes back to set up, to make ready. All right, so this system that I read in the previous verses in Revelation 13, 14, 15, that system, that image of the beast, which is the system that's currently being set up. All right, because going back to what Trump was saying about, basically this transitionary period. All right, and you damn right, this is a transitionary period, right? Let me read on this in verse. Well, let me jump down. Matter of fact, verse 10, 2 Ezra 15:10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt, because there's a new Passover coming. One that's going to trump ancient Passover in ancient Egypt. All right, there's a new Passover coming, man, and Lord willing, hey, we'll be found worthy to escape. All right, when those missiles come. Verse 11, and I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So, because as we know, or should know, Egypt is America is spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom in Egypt. All right. And like I said, the Lord is going to smite Egypt as with plagues as before. All right, because this ain't talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about the modern day Egypt, which is America. Verse 12: Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. All right, so because like I was making a point earlier about Canada is being said that they are going to cut supply due to the whole tariff wars, trade wars. They're going to cut power supply to America, you know. um I did a video last week as well going into these more banking closures, which they've been going on. It's just Trump, you know, he's basically shed light on it again, you know, because people are just waking up and they're, you know, all the money in their bank account, well, their banks are just closed, and certain people, they don't have access to the money, they can't pay bills. They're left in a state of perplexity. All right, they're left in a state of wantingness, you know, despair, you know. You see, because I was making a point in that video. That's what Esau, that's what he's going to do. He's going to attack our livelihoods. All right, he's going to back everyone into a corner, and everyone's going to be forced. And I make this distinction because you have some that they question, well, is a so-called white man going to force us to take this to see him? No, he's not going to force us. But everyone, we all will be forced to make a choice. That we will all be forced to do. All right, we will all be forced to make a choice, but no one's going to be forced to take you know, to take the sea hip, because it's not his sea hip. It's Yahweh Shemel Shai's. All right, you know, you just had some type of a cyber attack, dealing with Twitter, you know, which cyber text has been going on as well. You know, it's just more beta tests, man, you know. And it's cool because, and I gotta watch it. Brothers have been talking about it. I gotta watch it going into this show on Netflix called Zero, which it goes into all this, you know, more predictive programming. All right, it's called Revelation of the Method. The elites tell you what they're gonna do before they do it. All right, because they're trying to mimic the power of Yahweh Shemel Shah on the left hand. All right, the Lord has his prophets on the right hand. Esau, he has his prophets on the left hand. He's trying to mimic the power of Yahweh Shemel Shah on the left hand. Everything on the power, he's trying to mimic everything of Yahweh Shemel Shah on the left hand. So he has his prophets. All right. So going into this movie Zero, like I said, or this show on Netflix, I didn't watch it yet, but from what brothers have been saying, it goes into cyber attacks, you know, economy collapses, you know, a crash and things of that nature. You know, lights going out and everything that we've been seeing. Some of the examples that I just mentioned. All right. You know, again, the Lord's bringing those plagues back, right? Let me go to this. Let me grab this. Hey, Shalom, Yabashma Shabakata. Matthew 24:37. Matthew 24:37. 144,000 crowns. Buy 144,000 crowns. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day Noah entered into the ark. And you see, that's what's cold, because likewise us today. All right. You know, to these people, it's business as usual, right? You know, you wake up, go to work, whatever, man, you know, whatever these people are doing, because brothers are just so in the spirit, man, you know. Now we're here, granted we're here, you know, we have to get by in the society, but we operate in this world, but our mind is far beyond all this bullshit. Like I mentioned, like I quoted, we have no continuing city, this unnatural ass habitat, you know. But these people wake up, you know, and it's just business as usual, you know. But like I said, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, you see, one day things changed, you know. And that's why Lord wanted that day is not going to catch us like a thief in the night, because you got to imagine, you know, Noah, he was continuing. And that's why the scripture say, occupy till I come. Because Noah, you know, he woke up just another day in the office. So he thought, right? And I'm just speaking as a man, you know. The spirit had it to where, you know, Noah and his family, they were in the ark doing whatever. And then, you know, they heard them doors closed. You know, they heard that boom, or however it played out, you know. Noah thought it was just gonna be another day in the office. And likewise, brothers, one day we're just gonna wake up and it's gonna be business as usual. Brothers are gonna be planning videos, putting scriptures together for a lesson. Brothers might be on their way to do a camp, whatever the case may be. And then, hey, shit's just gonna be different. All right, it's just gonna be different, which leads me to this a beautiful segue to this, because like I was mentioning with Trump, he was talking about how we're in the transitionary period, and he's absolutely right. All right, we are getting ready to transition into this new system. All right, this new way of living, as I read in Revelation 13. All right, you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have that seed. One day we're going to wake up and things are going to be different. Everything's going to be different. All right. I'm going to grab this. Bear with me. Bear with me. One day, we're just going to wake up and it's going to be different. Like I was saying earlier, it could be in the form of some type of it's just a matter of that it factor, man, whatever it is. And like I said, some of the examples that I use, the cyber attack, they've been basically telling you to prepare for a cyber attack. They've been telling you to, hey, prepare for bank runs. They've been telling us these things. But because these people have a normacy by his spirit, right? Because you actually have people that don't believe in Trump, that, hey, yeah, we're gonna, it's gonna get tough, it's gonna get tight, it's gonna get uncomfortable, right? But we will prevail. You're just giving that hope to these people. And peace and safety is gonna get a lot of people destroyed. Because, hey, even certain Israelites that want to hear this, but hey, only doom and gloom is coming to America. Only doom and gloom. So let me grab this. We got 1 Corinthians. As soon as this loads up. First Corinthians 7. And First Corinthians 7, I'm going to start at 26. I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. I said that it is good for a man so to be. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. And if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin, she have not sinned. Excuse me. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. And so you see, that's the thing, because listen, there's nothing wrong. Hey, like I said, man, just operating in this society a certain way. We do what we got to do, but understanding, this is not the end all be all. Understanding, things are about to change. All right, we do what we have to do in the society. We navigate how we got to, man. Take care of your business. But just understand the times that we're in. All right. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they weep not, they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. So, because again, and that's why I read that early in Ecclesiastes 12. All right, the keepers of the house, these different economists, through the Spirit of the Lord, well, really the Spirit is telling us what's coming. Because again, these economists, they can put certain information out there, but it's really for the prophets to decipher. Again, because these guys cannot connect the dots. All they can tell you to do is buy gun, food, gold, ammo. All right, get into real estate. All right, and none of these things are going to save us. All right, that's what these people fail to understand. Now, there's nothing wrong with, hey, get you a little extra case of water or whatever the case may be. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't put your trust in it. All right. Verse 30 again. And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Because again, we're not at the time of having a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, or none of that. All right. Jake is out here planning their honeymoon for 2026. I'm gonna go to Jamaica, Kingston. We're not at the time for that. All right. It says, verse 31, and they that use this world is not abusing it. So again, operate wisely, deal wisely. All right. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having certain things, or whatever the case may be. You take care of your business. All right. And it tells you that in Sirach, man. Hey, you got to find, finding out what works for you. All right. We have to find out what works for us, what's conducive for us. All right. Because brothers might have certain things, and it's conducive for them. We're not in the time of peeping wives, but hey, some brothers got multiple wives. That might work for him. It might not work for you. All right. Whatever the case may be. It says, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So you see, things are about to change. And going back to Trump's statement, he's absolutely right. We are in a transitionary period. All right. Things are about to change. Things are about to transition. And as we see all the time, in order to bring in the new system, you have to crash the old one. All right. And we are currently in this transitionary period. We are currently transitioning into the new system. All right. So, the day of just being able to, wake up and, hey, do as thou will. No, man, that's coming to an end. It's going to be a real dystopian future out here. All right. Real dystopian. All right. Draconian measures. Right. Matter of fact, let me get that. Because people think that they're still protected by the Bill of Rights and all that. They're gonna find out real soon. All right. Because there's gonna be draconian measures out here, which I'm gonna get in Revelation 13. Back in Revelation 13. In 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. All right, so you see, going into the whole political system, right? These people that are set up, and they are portrayed as, they put this image out there that these politicians, the left hand, the right hand, plebeians, patricians, right, which are the modern day Republicans and Democrats, they are set up and posed as, basically these people are supposed to be spokesmen for the average citizen, for the common folk. But what we're seeing more and more, what these people are realizing, they're going to realize more and more, is that these people are full of shit. This is why we're going to see sedition of men, and even more so with Trump. All right, because like I was saying with Trump, he gave that slither of hope. Going into the whole, what he was mentioning with the when they were asking him about the recession, he left that slither of hope, and people ran with it because these people are dumb. They actually ran with it. But it's only going to, you can only kick the can down the road so long. Eventually the road comes to an end. These people are going to find out that Trump is not the savior. He's not the great last white hope. All right, that these people thought him to be. And it's going to be like some shit out of Dark Knight out here, man. There's going to be public executions. All right, these local politicians, there's gonna be ransoms. These politicians, man, these governors, these mayors, again, these people that are set up and they're supposed to speak on the behalf of the common folk. When the common folk find out that these people are full of shit, You know, these people, they're people are gonna be coming after their wives. Like I said, man, kidnapping their wives, children, holding them for ransom, getting executed publicly. You know, it's gonna be hell out here, man. You know, it's gonna be hell. You know, because like I said, they spake. Those two horns, they spake like a lamb. All right. Again, going back to the Republicans, the Democrats, right? It says, and he spake as a dragon. Now going back into that word dragon, which is really, it goes back to the Greek Empire. You know, goes back to a man by the name of Draco. He was an Athenian lawgiver. All right. And basically with this dude, he would basically, just to put it in modern terms, you would get put to death. You would get the death penalty for the smallest of crimes. You know, like stealing some peanuts. You know, you would be put to death for stealing peanuts. Those type of draconian measures are coming back. All right. So like I said, this the called liberty and freedom that we see now. All that's about to be different. All that's about to be changed. All right. Because again, as I said in this chapter, in order to buy and sell, you're gonna have to have that MOTB in order to partake in society. All right, you're gonna have that MOTB, or you're gonna be killed, literally. All right, you know, beheadings are coming back, right? You know, executions and things of that nature. All right, or in a sense of being, if you don't want to take that MOTB, you're gonna have to, you know, basically, figure it out on your own. You're gonna have to be off grid. That's why it's called the hour of temptation. That's why our faith is gonna have to be at an all-time high. Because everything in society is built off of comfort and convenience. Like I said, if you just want something to eat, you can go to McDonald's. You can go to the grocery store, get your whole meal. You know, and for the most part, these people don't know how to cook. I mean, you know, excuse me, they don't know how to hunt. All right, they don't know how to do anything. You know, everything is in the name of convenience. You know, so when shit gets shut down and there's total chaos out here, man. You know, because eventually the chaos is going to get out of control. You see, Esau, the elites, they want to control chaos. But again, it's not his will. It's the Lord's program. So eventually it's going to get to the point where it's going to get out of his control. Because he's stirring up chaos. You have the whole, the thing where, I forgot what it's called, but you got the ants, right, in the jar, right? And they live peaceably. You got the one side, you got the black ants, and then you got the red ants, and for the most part, they live peaceably. They live peaceably amongst each other, you know. But you got the hand that shakes the jar, and both sides, they blame each other. They blame, one side blames the other side blames the other side, and now now both sides are going at it. Now that both sides are at each other's throat. All right, you know, and the hand that shook the jar is these elites. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, it's the elites. They're shaking things up. They're shaking that jar, you know, more and more. And these people are going to be at each other's throats, right? It's all division, you know. This from the states, you know, the country divided from the states. How you got certain counties within states divided. Everyone's divided. You know, everything's about division. And again, you got everyone crying out for peace. Peace. There is no peace coming to the wicked, like the scriptures say. There's no peace coming. All right. But like I said, the top wicked elites, they want a controlled demolition, but it's going to get to the point where it's going to be out of his control. All right. It's going to get out of his control, you know. You see. And again, we have to be able to read between the lines, you know, because it's just a matter of that it factor, whatever that it factor is, man, whatever it is, you know. And that's why we are on our watch, because that C-hip, that MOTB is close. It's close. It's just a matter of what's going to be the event to really set it off, man. All right, because everything is in place, you know. I'm gonna go to this. I've been quoting it. Let me just read it. Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. So the elect have to get woken up. All right. But the point being, the angels, they're holding back the winds of destruction. All right. It's also known as in Jeremiah, you know, going into these winds of destruction. And what is that going into? The nuclear destruction. All right. You know, the nuclear destruction. All right. Because the nukes can't drop yet until that MOTB is put into place, until it's mandated. All right. But the point being that all this pressure is building. All right. All this pressure. Yahweh Shemel Shah being the ultimate chess master. All right. Exodus 15:3. You know, the Lord is a man of war. He's the ultimate strategist. He's the ultimate strategist. All right. So Yahweh Shemel Shah is moving everything into place. And that pressure eventually is going to burst, man. That pressure is eventually going to succumb. That those pipes is going to eventually burst, man. Because again, the main thing, as well as other minor prophecies, but the main prophecies that let me just say, man, that chip, you know, it's that chip, man, you know, and it's got to be close. Lord willing, is close. Lord willing, is close. How about Shema Sharatazah is close, you know, because goddamn me, so what are you waiting on, you know? But we know everything is of the Lord, you know. But anything can happen between now and, you know, that time that they're talking about, this whole system for the cross-border payments. All right, anything can happen between now and then. Again, you got cyber attacks going on as we speak. Again, you know, Canada's talking about cutting power to America, you know, certain states and whatnot, provinces within Babylon. All right, these are just small examples of, you know, small things of what's going on. All right, and we just got to stay on our watch, you know, just got to stay focused. All right, because again, one day, you know, you're just gonna wake up and shit's gonna be different. It's gonna be dystopian, man. Shit's gonna be different, man. You know, but that's just some things that's going on right now. I'm trying to think of anything else. You know, things are always happening, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahat Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bahat Shem Akakwadash. Shalom to you, hopefully, Lord willing, until the next one.